Welcome back everyone to another episode of Enjoy Life. Before we get to episode 60, we're doing the winners of the giveaway. Once again, big shout out to Jack Meyer and Mr. Tommy for hooking me up. But we got the famous wheel and we're gonna spin two names to see who gets the two VIP tickets. So without further ado, let's get that first click. Shout out cameraman John. Let's see. Oh, Mouse. All right, Mouse, congratulations. I'm going to be hitting you up for your free ticket, man. I can't believe it was Mouse. That's funny. Moving on to number 2. Let's see who it is. Get a nice little zoom in on there. G-Money. Yo. Okay, so G-Money and Mouse, thank y'all for entering, and y'all get 2 free VIP tickets. Thank y'all so much for the giveaway. We got plenty of more giveaways coming soon. I think this was a great thing to do. And once again, thank you to Tommy and Jack. But let's get up into the episode. We out. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Enjoy Life. I'm truly excited for this episode. We're going to talk about some great stuff today. We're going to talk about graphics, AI, a bunch of stuff. And I have my dear friend with me today, Mr. David Gravois. Thank you for stopping by. And like we just said off camera, last time I saw you, we were having some breakfast. Thank you for treating me to breakfast.
Absolutely, man. Some spars, yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
some spars. Can't complain about that, but once again, I truly appreciate your time because time's a blessing, and I'm excited. But before we jump into it, man, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Cool. Like you said, David Gravois. I own a marketing agency here in Thibodaux. We specialize in web design, social media management, graphic design. But at the end of the day, I feel like we do a lot of things, a lot of digital things. I'm also specializing kind of in the AI consulting. And we'll probably get into a lot of that, right? But yeah, I mean, if you've driven around Thibodaux and seen a billboard or some logos, you've probably seen my work. There's a lot of things I design. I'm like those guys that build houses and go, "Oh, I built that, I built that." When I see a billboard, I'm like, "Oh, I designed that, I designed that." So that's always that never gets old. Seeing what you design in public.
Is there a design that you're most proud of?
Ooh. The Roxas logo, actually.
The
big sign on the outside. So Roxas, the Willow Cafe. I just recently did Renee's Bar.
Okay. Did you stop by for the opening?
So I did a soft opening. I was actually there for the grand opening, ribbon cutting, and then when it started getting packed, I peaced out. I'm excited that they have a pool table now because I play a lot of pool. So I'm like, really? Got a little pool table.
I'm not a big pool. Oh yeah. So I can't do it in public.
Yeah. No.
Like I can't.
Yeah. It's well, one of my friends had a pool table when we were growing up, so it's like that's all we did. So yeah, it's fun. So yeah,
definitely. So let's get started on this AI. Before you jump into it, because you're obviously going to be.
Yeah, I want to know what you know and questions and all that stuff.
I'd say someone my age, all we know about AI is ChatGPT for sure. It's gotten a lot of people in trouble for sure. But it could also be a helpful tool in other terms. Like I use it for a description on my video or ideas for title names, stuff like that. And I know you mentioned that SEO and I don't really know about that much, and I do get a lot of like bot emails about that, I feel like. Yeah. But also the AI videos, that's been really popular lately. People make some weird videos. And maybe even like fake rumor videos, like
deepfake.
I don't know if you're a movie guy, but I am. Someone made a fake Avengers Doomsday trailer, and it's crazy how like really it looks, obviously it has its hiccups every now and then, but just tell me more about it.
I would say Hollywood is pretty much cooked at this point. I think they know it, that this technology is going to get so good that it's going to produce Hollywood movies.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Like, how far away are we from me just going, hey, I have a movie idea about this, and maybe describe what I want in like less than 300 words, and it just writes me a full script.
Yeah, the script is going to be easy. Script you can do now. The video part of it, especially with people in it, is still a little wonky. Like you can still notice the mouth and the movements and all that. And realistically, you can only, I want to say, generate up to a minute of quality video. There's some technology out there that you can go a little bit further. Mm-hmm. So you can only really do like minute clips at a time. So to produce a Hollywood level movie, you still have, you got to do it in little chunks.
Yeah.
But as that continues to progress and it kind of snowballs on itself, learning how to do that, I would give it, man, we're 2.5 years in with ChatGPT already, which is crazy. Man, it might be another 2.5 years to where the future I see of content is going to be like a Netflix, but you are producing your own content, saying what you want to watch that day. And saying, hey, I want to watch, you prompt it, say, hey, I want to watch this. I like it in like, I don't know, Seinfeld, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like mashup style, right? Produce that show for me. And it'll be an amazing show. On the flip side, I'm hoping to see Seinfeld, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or any show really that you can create more episodes in the future.
Yeah.
Based on strictly AI, and you can create a show that can last forever. Like you can watch a show forever.
I would rewrite Game of Thrones the season.
Oh yeah. And you can continue, or you can watch an episode and it'll end in a different way.
Like The Sopranos.
I like The Sopranos. And then you can also customize content to where even video games are going to be crazy in the future. They're already doing it. So think of like a Grand Theft Auto.
Still waiting on it.
Yes, everybody's waiting on it. I don't game much, but I even know people are waiting on it. But the fact that you can play a game and have a different experience every time you play it, because you're talking to different characters, and they're going to be hooked up to like a ChatGPT, to where you can talk to them and it'll be a different conversation every time you approach this character.
Yeah.
That's kind of the future of games. And then also in the gaming world, the video part, they are generating video as you look certain places, meaning you might be walking through a world. When you turn, AI is creating that world as you're turning and looking at it. So it doesn't exist yet. As you're moving through the world, it creates itself, which is wild to me too. Yeah. But okay, that's like video side, gaming side. The one thing that people should be really concerned with on the bad side of it
is obviously it's scary.
Yeah. So you got the pros and cons of everything. On the video side is the deepfakes. You know, what we're doing here, having a bunch of hours of video of you talking
can be rewritten to something else.
So there's the good or the bad. Like you can take it and produce videos for yourself of you talking, but somebody can also do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I talk to business leaders a lot and say, look, do you have a plan if you have a deep fake of your CEO? Like, go out there. Dude, what's the plan? Nobody has had a plan yet that I've asked.
I mean, what is a good plan for that? Because as you say, we're improving. Like, who's to say, like, you can't really tell the fake?
Sure.
And that's even in broader terms, like an address or something. Like, this is crazy to say, but what if, like, the president is addressing on the news, and who's to say someone can't just hack in or edit and redo what he's saying?
It's already happening. I mean, I tell people on social, like, when's the last time you questioned something, if it's AI or not, when you're scrolling? Like, even something that looks real, or a news article that can be completely made up. You need to have that kind of preface when you're scrolling, like, this could be fake. Most people aren't thinking that way.
Definitely.
It gets dangerous when, the leaders of the world, you start seeing, some deep fakes of that.
Yeah.
And also just politicians are going to be able to get away with things because they can always just say, oh, that was a deep fake. Yeah, that was a deep fake. I didn't say that, right? So there's both sides of the video thing. But let's back up completely on AI, right?
Backtrack.
So ChatGPT came out 2.5 years ago. It is what's called a generative AI model. So there's categories. You have generative AI, which is anything that produces content, whether it's text, video, images, things like that, code, whatever. That is, if it can generate it, that is generative AI. ChatGPT is that, Gemini, Claude, those are a few of the top ones, Perplexity. Those are like the big boys in the space. ChatGPT technically was the first one to come out, but Google has been working on it for a long time.
Yeah, you search anything on Google and it'll give you the AI at the top.
Yeah, Google was the front runner in all of this, but Google was smart enough to hold it back to say, this stuff's dangerous. We don't want to put it in the public's hands yet. ChatGPT was like, hold my beer. We're going for it.
Yeah.
And they released it. Now, originally, it was not connected to the internet. And you can just generate stuff. Once they connect to the internet, that's when I think everything kind of
it's done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So at this point, ChatGPT, 2.5 years later, did you see the Will Smith video of him eating spaghetti?
No.
Okay, look that up. So that is like the benchmark of where video was when ChatGPT came out. It was the first like AI generated video. Dude, it's like this crazy, like distorted Will Smith eating spaghetti. 2 years later, they generated Will Smith eating spaghetti and it looks exactly like him doing it. So they just showed the comparison. Go to YouTube. It's crazy to see, right? So backing up, ChatGPT 2.5 years later, now is ChatGPT 5. And it is creating
F5.
Yeah, it's creating like some crazy.
It's very convenient.
Yeah, it's too convenient. So there's studies now about brain rot, is what they call it. Did you see that recently?
I mean, so I think brain rot is a lot everywhere. Or like we like to say, like when we're going to bed, oh, well, I'm not going to be going to bed for another 30 minutes because I'm going to doom scroll.
Scrolling.
And to be honest, and this might sound a little cliche, but I don't really do TikTok that much. And I'm kind of glad.
Me neither.
The only time I go on TikTok is to post on clips, like to post a clip or something. I'm not really into the doom scroll. Now, I'll watch YouTube at night.
Yeah.
But I'm not a shorts guy, really.
No, because you just keep scrolling. I did a long time ago. I made a rule to kind of keep my phone out of the bedroom when I go to sleep.
That's smart.
I charge it in a different room, and I am reading books or I'm reading my Kindle or something. Right? I don't want the phone next to me because it's the last thing you look at when you're about to go to sleep, but it's the first thing. So you may waste 15, 20 minutes in bed in the morning too, looking at your phone.
Yeah.
I want to get up, get out, get going. I don't like to touch my phone till at least like maybe 9 a.m. I want to do all these other things first, then try and touch my phone. It doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, we're not perfect.
Right. But anyway, we got sidetracked. Back to the AI thing. Okay. So with all of the models that are coming out and the brain rot thing, there is studies that your brain's cognitive load decreases by, I want to say it's something like 40% if you're using ChatGPT to write things for you versus you writing it.
So yes, I was going to ask you about that because as someone in grad school, it's very easy to just be like, hey, I have a paper on this, this, and this, and maybe even give the instructions to them. And we've had people get in trouble for that because our colleges now, they check for AI. And it's sad because it's probably stopped a lot of people from graduating just from what you said. We're just too, I guess, lazy to.
It's the easy button.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
It's too easy, yeah.
Have you had anybody that has gotten caught, but it was actually not AI? Because I've been hearing cases of that, and that is like horrifying to me that I would get failed for something I didn't even do.
So not necessarily. Usually they did end up using it, but I've heard of cases where like I've written this, and like, even you can see it in my notebook, and that's why for keeps, I always write everything in my notebook.
Right.
Have a special designated purple pen for it and everything, because I just like to write my thoughts down. So I'm gonna give my shout out to Mom, since she was an English teacher. She keeps me grounded.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it's easy. It's too easy, like you said.
Side note, Otter AI is what I use to use notes, like take notes. It's a little app. You turn it on, it listens to the whole conversation and gives you a summary, action items, everything from your meetings. I take that and I put it in ChatGPT and say, give me meeting notes, action items, everything from this transcript. And it does that, and I send that to the client. Side note, great app, AI. Yeah. But for you, where you're at in life and about to enter the workforce, I know you're in grad school. What is your thoughts on where the future of work's going? Like, what are your concerns? Like, what are you thinking? Like, when I graduate, like, is AI gonna be able to do everything? Because I think that's a hopeless feeling.
So I feel like I'm kind of blessed to be in the work field that I want to go in. I feel like regardless of AI, someone's always gonna want to sit down and tell their problems to a person. We're all human. And I feel like people are always going to want to connect. Even, we're getting to switch to telehealth, and, I'd be fine with telehealth. But I feel like regardless, I'll be safe of a job.
Sure.
But as far as other terms like accounting and stuff like that, and dealing with numbers, could these people start to be out of a job? Because it kind of seems like we're going that way.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Yeah. So when you look at it from an economic standpoint, if every CEO is looking to cut costs, however they can, right? So they want to either lay off people or get AI to do it for them.
Yes.
How I look at it is, if AI is doing all the things for everyone, but you have a product and service you're selling as a company, but everybody is laid off and is not working and doesn't have money, who is going to buy your product? Because nobody has money, right? So there's going to be like...
Yeah, so what's going to happen? Where's that middle ground?
That's a great question.
That no one knows.
That's a great question. I don't know where it's going to go, but I do know it's coming fast.
A little bit too fast.
A little too fast. There is no... I wish the regulation would be a little bit more. It's almost like...
But how do you regulate it?
You can put guardrails up enough. There are a few rules that they put in place that are kind of universal, like don't harm a human, yada, yada, yada. But every company right now is running as fast as they can to become the company that produces what's called AGI. So that is artificial general intelligence, meaning it is smarter than any human doing anything. Like, it has PhD level knowledge and can do it better than any human can across the board. So when you have that kind of power, that's what those companies are after right now.
Yeah.
And countries. So think of it from a global standpoint. Whoever gets to that AGI first is going to kind of rule the world. But that's kind of one of those dark, evil thoughts that you want to think about, but that's where I see it going.
And that kind of leads into my next question almost, like, where does it get to the point where, like, AI almost has a mind of its own and, like, it doesn't need the humans?
Yeah. I didn't think that was, like, a huge issue at first, because everything is based off of code, and it's basically a box of knowledge that ChatGPT knows how to talk like a human and act like a human, right? So it just takes that knowledge, puts it through a filter, and spits it out. That's not necessarily alive, right? And it can build on itself, but there's still a training that needs to happen in the background. what they are now building is what's called AI agents. You might have heard that buzzword. You probably see it. It's starting to happen where it's starting to be more prominent. ChatGPT has agent mode yet. I don't know if you've tried that yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
So what agent mode is, or what an agent is that it can do things autonomously for you. So you may have an agent that can go find all the hotels, all the flight information, the pricing, it has your credit card, and it can book all that stuff for you. You just say, hey, I want to go to London. On these days, I need a car, I need a flight, I need a hotel. I'm going to meet friends, I need a restaurant. These are their dietary restrictions. Just whatever you want to tell it, and it'll go through all the process of booking it for you. So it's like autonomous, right? But then what's happening now is that these agents are starting to be able to train themselves off of all that information. And if they can do those things, then they can go and get that knowledge and start training themselves, which is the scary part too.
Yeah, so it's almost like coding itself in a way.
It's improving itself. It's self-improving agents is what they're calling it.
And so you see a lot nowadays of like the robots and stuff. Like I saw something today of like one with gloves like fighting and stuff. So at what point does it like come to light almost?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
You can't put this technology in a robot your size and tell it to do whatever.
I'm glad you brought that up because we touched on generative AI. That's one part of AI. Robotics is another. And then we can talk about vision. Vision AI is another part of it. So robotics, the way they're building robots right now, the reason why there's a race to build a humanoid robot, which is very tough to build, the only real reason for it is because the world is built for humans. So they want it to be the size of a human because the door, the doorknob, kitchen, whatever you have, like it's the height of a human. So they can do all those things. But they'll also have specialized robots that do certain things. I think the manufacturing and production of them is going to take a little while to catch up. Because like with software, generative AI, like you can do it, it's there, it's open, it's happening. Robots are going to take a little longer to build, but also regulate so they don't hurt humans. That's a whole nother issue. But that is going to come in the future. And I always recommend, I had somebody that had a son and daughter, and she's like, what should I tell my kids to start studying, or like what is going to be the future jobs? I said, basically, if they are good with their hands and mechanically inclined, robotics, mechanic, engineer, something in that realm, because like you said, they're gonna be everywhere.
Yeah, like what's to say like 20 years from now, you walk in and say, hey, I want, like you have a humanoid for you and make you dinner.
It's happening. It's gonna happen. And then you reinvent the whole way a house functions at that point too, because you have a robot involved. And you know, even like when you're at the office, I'm feeling steak tonight. You know, steak's something you gotta kind of prepare. Someone sends steak over, prep it, everything. And like you said, like in some places they have cars that drive themselves. So realistically, an automated driving car can go you can have an agent order all your groceries, knows what you want. Car can go pick it up, bring it here. Robot can go out, grab it, bring it in, put it in the fridge, cook it for you.
Be warm and ready, right? When you're
warm and ready.
That's a little scary.
Very scary. But for me, I want everything automated. Like you might not know what the Jetsons is, but it's like an old school cartoon where like even the intro of it is, it's all automated. His whole house, right? And he has a robot as a butler. So like, it's probably gonna happen. I don't know how fast that one's gonna happen, but robotics is gonna change the world on top of putting a generative AI model in a robot. So going back to the counseling part, there is going to be a big need for counseling for people that are going to lose their purpose. And I mean that because they're going to, if AI and the robots can do all the jobs and we lose our purpose as a species of, I don't have a job, I don't know what to do, you're going to lose the purpose part. And that's, I think, when the counseling problem is going to jump. You'll be there for that. They're talking about that being an existential crisis, like across the board.
And I feel like that's something that's starting to happen already. You hear a lot of people feeling a loss of purpose. That's really
very much so. And it's there's also that the whole the loneliness epidemic too. That is going to be interesting because you can talk to ChatGPT now as a friend, as a girlfriend. Like they're talking about having like AI girlfriends, boyfriends. It's like it's crazy to me.
And
but
so if someone tries to marry a robot or something, like
and the robots have human rights.
Yeah, and it's crazy to say right now, but 20 years from now, maybe not less. Yeah,
it could happen. So we covered robots. We covered the generative part. Vision AI is the next piece. Vision AI is exciting, but also very intrusive. And I'll tell you why intrusive. You've seen the Meta Ray-Ban glasses with the camera.
I've always wanted a pair. They're kind of expensive.
Okay. They're getting cheaper, and they'll continue to get cheaper.
Because they'll have better.
Yep. And once they get to a certain price point that everybody can afford, like $100, everybody's going to have them.
Yeah.
What happens then is that you are on camera everywhere you go because everybody has them on their face.
Yeah.
So then it becomes almost like now this is the dark side of it, a big other surveillance side of it.
And people have always talked about Big Brother and stuff like that, and we might not even notice it because it's being presented in a way that people want it.
Yeah.
So people fear it, but might not even know it's happening because it's getting presented in such a good light. You're like, oh, everyone has this. Like, I want this.
So the way they're going to present it always, whoever's selling the product is going to say, this is going to change your life for the better. They never talk about the other side of it.
Yeah.
And that's where the kind of AI advocates need to step in and go, whoa, time out.
Yeah, let's all.
There's some invasion of privacy happening with this. But the good part of it, the flip side of it, I was talking to one of my friends, shout out Taylor. He's a mechanic. And I was telling him, I was like, man, how cool would that be if you can have your glasses on, you have the camera going, and it has the built-in large language model in it to where you can say, hey, what am I looking at right here? I'm not sure exactly how to fix this. Walk me through it. And it'll tell you in your ear, and it's seeing what you're seeing in real time. So that is a huge advantage, especially even in the working world, even in white collar.
Yeah.
Could help a ton with that.
And so, like, I'm only trying to see it in, like, ways that I've seen it before. So I watch, like I said, off topic, I watch a lot of Marvel movies. Iron Man, he always has a special, like, Edith glasses or, like, Jarvis glasses, whatever they talk about. And, like, it does all these calls. You can see things differently. Like, here, all these other things is crazy to think about. And it's just all in glasses.
It's already being developed, and I know for sure. I don't want to say something wrong about Daryl Roy's product, but he's explained it to me that he's kind of built that for the military already. I don't know if you know who Daryl Roy is. He's at the incubator, but he has a company that was kind of working on that even before ChatGPT. Like he was kind of pioneering the AI space with that. But it is crazy to see that all the holograms and all the things that we're living in the future. It's here.
It is.
It's like weird. We're living in the future, but also kind of in the present. When you look around, there's not really like AI like everywhere.
I feel like what people would have said like back then with the future, like with the flying cars and with all that, and like we might not have flying cars and stuff, but
they're working on it.
Changed.
They're working on it.
Don't you think that'd be kind of hard though?
It will.
As far as like planes are concerned, and then how are people going to sleep? I feel like that's kind of loud.
I don't know that one.
Like there's a lot of like laws you're going to have to change and
flying over certain areas. And it might just be that it's almost like an interstate where you can only fly over certain parts, like like kind of maybe a plane, like where you can only fly over certain parts of the country with it. I don't know on that one. I want to jump back to, though, ChatGPT agent mode. There is something called operator mode that was baked into agent recently. So what that allows you to do is you can make a request, like I was talking about booking your flights and all that stuff, right? It pulls up a browser in ChatGPT, and you can give it a website, and it can actually go through the website and input your information on the website and do things for you. What I'm trying to build with it is something, now this is just kind of like a fun side project for me. I'm trying to get it to where you can fill out job applications with it based off of your resume cover letter that it has access to. And it knows what to put in the blanks already. And it can just go find jobs that you qualify for and just be out there filling out applications for you. Same thing with grants for like nonprofits, like filling out forms online with your information that you have in this little silo. That's where the operator agent thing's going. So it's all fascinating, man.
It's crazy to think about, and it's crazy, but it's scary.
Yeah,
like it is a little scary.
Yeah. Any advice I would give to somebody your age, somebody that's in college, even maybe high school, thinking about what to study, where to go? Become more of a, I want to call it a generalist, but you're going to have access to tools like AI agents that specialize in doing certain things that you just need to know what agents to pull in and how to talk to them to get a job done.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you have a little team of agents to pull them in, say, okay, we need to accomplish this. Figure out how to be good at that, and you can kind of take those skills everywhere.
Yeah. A cool thing I'll say, I just thought about it. We like to play like card games and stuff, like even like casino games. You know, we're in our 20s, we love to go to the casino. And one thing I did, one of my favorite games is Baccarat.
Okay.
And so I asked ChatGPT to like play me 20 hands using different strategies, like I don't know what they call it, like a martingale or something, where like if you lose, you double your bet, and then a reverse of that, where if you win, you do that bet. And it gave me like 20 hands, a chart of profit. Like if I said if I bring $250 and the minimum is 25, and I play that for 20 hands, and like it showed me comparisons of like you're likely to get this much compared to this much. I think I can probably pull it up. It shows my past. Awesome. But isn't that crazy to think about? Like,
it can show you everything and kind of coach you through it.
Oh man, I need some coaching.
Yeah. Can tell you when to walk away from the table too.
And like if you click on it, it shows the outcomes.
Interesting, man. That's insane. I wonder how they're gonna regulate that on online casinos, because you can hook up AI too.
And who's to say like I don't go in the casino with my meta glasses on and it reads it for me?
They're gonna have to start like screening for that. And especially even like with the vision stuff, it can count cards.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Count cards, and who's to say like, this might sound a little crazy, but who's to say like it can't see the cards through the chute or whatever the dealer has under?
Yeah.
It can't get a view of that.
Oh man. That's crazy.
Some good casino.
I never thought of the casino. Again, every time I talk to somebody about AI, that's something different. But there's always somebody has a certain interest in it.
Yeah.
That it connects. So I don't think I've thought about the gambling casino part of it. That's crazy.
And like I just asked like, what is the like likely thing to do? Like if I'm a rookie player, what would I do? And it's like, well, statistically, 51% of the time it plays banker compared to players, so you're more likely to bet on that. And like all of this, like it did the math.
Interesting.
It was crazy. And that's just one game, so like applying it to every
all of it. Blackjack, I could think of even roulette too.
I'm a big roulette fan, but like obviously like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just betting whatever I feel like.
But if you can sit there all day with those glasses on, not play, just observe, and then jump on the table after 6 hours and it's studied what patterns maybe.
Yeah.
But like, again, it's supposed to be random, right? But who knows?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's an interesting part of it.
Very interesting.
Itself. I find that is interesting, and like we first mentioned, like the whole Hollywood thing, like who's to say I can't present a script to people in Hollywood and be like, "Hi, I wrote this."
Who's to say you need Hollywood for that?
Yeah.
Because the way I think your generation and younger, the way it's trending is that it's all apps, it's all YouTube, it's all like, yes, you can look at Netflix or like yes, you can look at the big stuff. But like, who's to say you can't have a world premiere on YouTube of an AI video that you created, but they know you as like the next M. Night Shyamalan of
like I can make it under a pseudonym or something,
right? And then it's like now you have your own franchise, and then you can just keep producing them as much as you want once you figure out.
And the same thing for like books.
So it's going to be a flood of a lot of content information. I think the authentic stuff will kind of shine through a little bit, but I think it's going to ruin social media completely to where maybe social media goes away. Something else may come and take its place. But think about how much stuff you see on social media now. You're like, I don't care about any of this. I don't know if it's real, number one. And then like, it's just all ChatGPT generated. You can tell. And you're like, what am I doing on the platform at this point?
And it's almost tough because I don't want to bash anyone, but like if you go on Facebook and someone who's a little bit older, they see like, and they see a picture or something and it's AI generated like news, and I've seen someone post it like, oh no, I can't, and you just see the comments like
scary stuff. Because what happens is, especially when it's something that really matters, like elections and voting and things like that, all of that's going to sway opinions.
Yeah, like, oh, this was fake, like rumor, like this.
And if they just believe it straight up, I mean, I've even posted stuff that was a joke that I've had people comment, and I've had to tell them, like, nope, that was AI generated, like, don't believe this.
Yeah.
But I'm actually doing justice on it and telling them it's AI generated. Everybody else is just, it's wild, wild west right now.
No. And so at what point does it, like, what's the point where we're like, okay, like, something's going to happen?
I don't think we're in it. I think it's when you see a certain tipping point of, like, the layoffs. I think it's going to be, like, when the workforce, when that becomes an issue where people, like, can't feed their families because there is no job to go get, that's whenever I think things are going to hit the fan.
Because soon enough, like, I don't think we'll be having a lot of people check us out for groceries or like, so you're already seeing it now.
Yeah, they talked about if you were to automate all of, let's just say you automated all of the fast food restaurants, all of the truck drivers, just that alone, the percentage of jobs, I forget the exact percentage, but it was like staggering. It's like, then that's what they're trying to solve for. Like, I think those fast food chains already have the technology. They're just not.
You go to Taco Bell or Rally's and it's hi.
I mean, look, there's AI to Taco Bell in Thibodeau. Like, I mean, it's already here. If it's in Thibodeau, it's here.
You're right. I can't imagine what it would be like living in a bigger city.
Yeah, or even I think of like cities like in like Japan. Japan's very tech forward. So what they're doing, I mean, they're paying for stuff with their palm now. I've seen videos where it's like, it's insane. So yeah, I don't know where it's going. I'm very future looking, very future forward, and I love seeing it, but I'm also seeing all the scary stuff, and it's exhausting sometimes, like keeping up with it. But on the switching gears to just the marketing side.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that.
So just thinking through where companies are with understanding AI. If you haven't rebuilt your website since ChatGPT has come out, you are probably not ranking in SEO as high as you could be, because web copy can now be built with ChatGPT and be very SEO friendly and also very generative AI friendly as well, right? So just consider that from web design standpoint. Also, when you're putting together your post for social media, stuffing it with keywords that people are searching for. Do you search like on Instagram for like new restaurants and all that kind of stuff? Do you do that?
No.
I know I don't know if it's a generational thing or what, but some people are looking for restaurants. Like say you visit New York, you might be looking on Instagram to see like what the vibe is, what the food looks like.
Mm-hmm.
People are using it as a search engine now, and you need to capitalize on that with your post, what you're saying. Like
so that's where I was gonna kind of trend. I know you're big into marketing, and so I've heard a lot about this SEO, and I didn't even really know what it means. I know when I had first started my podcast, I even joined a group on Facebook. I have a little podcasters for Facebook, and like asked for advice and stuff, and they've had bots like in the group like saying, hey, if you give me your account information, like I can boost your SEO to get more views and stuff. And, you know, obviously I wouldn't trust that, but what advice would you give to me to try and better my brand almost? Because I'd say like for the past couple months, my views have kind of been stagnant on some platforms, like on Instagram. I average about 1,000 viewers, and maybe a little bit less on TikTok and YouTube, depending on maybe the short within itself.
Sure.
But how do I improve from that? And I know there's obviously not a definitive answer, but like advice maybe.
Yeah. Collaborating as much as you can to get in front of other people's audience, whoever that may be. Somebody that might be on either the same level as you or a little bit higher. Somehow maybe doing a video with them to where you both share it on each other's pages, because the more you can get in front of other people's audiences, the better. That's why people go on podcasts, so you can get in front of your audience, right? That I've seen grow pages a bunch. The SEO thing works to an extent.
What exactly does that do?
Yeah, I was about to explain that. So SEO is search engine optimization. All that means is that you are writing your content in a way that is favorable in, let's just say, Google's eyes. So let's say you are a plumber and you want to write your web copy to get more jobs.
Okay, and we are back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. Thankfully, I'm having someone on the podcast who is into tech.
And I understand completely.
Understands the struggle sometimes. I'm not a big tech guy. Might have even used some ChatGPT. But
of course you did. Everybody,
of course. But as we were talking about, I believe we were on the SEO
level on SEO
about that and how it applied to my podcast and what to do with that in some sort. So how about me continue?
Yeah, SEO, I guess, is just the definition of it. So search engine optimization is what it's called. So basically it is building your content, building your website to where it is friendly in the eyes of, let's say, Google. So where Google will rank your website above somebody else's because it meets certain criteria. It might be the length of your text. It might be certain keywords you put in there. It may be locations that you put in there. Especially on the website side, it's like how fast your site loads, images, alt tags, all these little things matter. But at the end of the day, search engine optimization is how you rank in the results of Google and how they serve it up. Still matters a ton, even with ChatGPT, because I believe ChatGPT is still pulling from Google with their rankings when they kind of give you information. So,
and so what's the best way to approach that? Like, okay, so let's just use me as an example.
Sure.
So how do I best apply knowing this SEO to improve my podcast?
So who are you trying to reach is the first question I usually ask.
I would say men and women my age, college students. I always have people on maybe not that age, but everyone kind of brings something different to the table and spreads wisdom to, I guess, inform us in a way. Like, obviously, I don't know anyone my age who knows tech and knows all of this like you, and you're blessed. I'm blessed to have you here to kind of sprinkle this information to us. So I'd say maybe the 20 to 25-year-old range, is that? Or did you mean like in terms of something?
Yeah, I think for you, so podcast world's a little different than like products and services. Podcast world is, I think it's more on the subscribe and like episodes, those kind of things for you to climb the rankings, right? But if I'm searching for a podcast to listen to, I might be searching Thibodeau, or I might be searching certain topics. So think of it from how you would search things, and then try and write your web copy or write your description of your episode with that in mind. I would also maybe even feed it all of your descriptions, or even like study how a popular podcast that is kind of like yours, and see what their description looks like, and say, oh, they're using these kind of words. They're structuring it this way. It's at this certain length. They might be it might be that, I hate to say it, but I think I want to say the average American reads at like, it's something like a 3rd or 6th grade level. So like even dumbing down like what you're talking about, shorter sentences, all that matters, I guess, on the description side, but not necessarily podcasts, but like more product and services. You want to pad that thing as much as you can with what people are searching for on Google for your product, as much as you can. I would honestly just go look and see go ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, what does Google look for to rank a website? And start with that, and it'll give you all the things. It'll, add an FAQ section. FAQ sections, by the way, are probably the biggest gold mine that you're going to find with getting found on search, because now generative AI is pulling from that to answer questions. So any FAQ section you can put on your website answering common questions that your clients have, put that on there, because that's what generative AI is pulling.
Wow.
So yeah, SEO is a long game. Like, think of that as like a marathon, right? You have to continuously update your website because it likes newer content. Yeah, dude, it takes like probably 3 to 6 months to start really seeing like you're climbing the ranks. And you can see that, like, there's tools that you can see like where
it'll let you, at least on like terms like Instagram and stuff, it'll let you look at your insights and analytics, how I did in maybe a week, a month, like you said, 3 months, 6 months, a year.
And look, from a ranking or reach perspective, I always coach people on, even on social media, if you're posting and you're only getting, let's just say you're getting like 300 views, you might not think that's a lot, but picture a room with 300 people in it. Like, dude, that's a lot of people that also know other people that are going to see your product and service and tell them about it. So you're not really you're reaching more than 300. You're reaching the network of those 300 people too. So don't get discouraged if you see low numbers. Think of that like in terms of all those people in one room.
So I'm not getting into the closing yet. This was kind of my second to last question.
Okay, cool.
Just as a whole, what would be your advice to someone my age?
Life advice. I have personal pillars that I go by that I think would benefit, I mean, anybody, but a younger person too, to learn them early. It starts with health. If you don't have health, all the other things I'm going to say don't matter. But start with health, take care of yourself, even early. Like, look, I know like the vaping thing is a big deal right now. Dude, we don't know the side effects of what that's going to be.
Just like cigarettes.
Just look out for your future self, I guess you can say, on the health side. Wealth would be one thing, not necessarily just money, but wealth in life to me means having a community that, supports you, family, friends, those kind of things. That's wealth to me. And then looking at more just happiness. What makes you actually happy, and chase that as much as you can, because at the end of the day, happiness really is the thing that I think everybody's chasing. It may be that social media is not making you happy. Stop doing it.
Yeah. I think it's tough because we always see people's others, and it's easy to compare. And, we only see, social media only shows one side.
Yeah.
And it's usually your best side. It doesn't show you at your worst. And so I don't think, in even myself, like, we don't take that into consideration at times.
Yeah. I would say too, the personal interaction, like what we're doing here versus group text, social media, interacting that way, you're not going to get the same kind of fulfillment in that communication that you will face to face.
Yeah.
So if you are at any point like feeling, I don't know, depressed or just in the dumps, go talk to somebody physically, face to face, and I guarantee you that will get you kind of out of that rut a little bit.
Definitely.
Because we're made for that, right? That's our,
it's in us. Yeah.
The big thing too, though, outside all that, for me, I'm big into like the personal finance side of things. So as much as you can save for future you, your future is going to thank you tremendously. I always tell somebody that's young and looking for just financial advice, go play around with, have you ever touched a compound interest calculator? Do you know what this is? Okay. So what it shows you is if you invested, let's just say $1,000 in the stock market at your age, what it's going to be at 65 when you retire, and it compounds over those years, you would be shocked about how much money you would have in the future if you invested a little bit now. What it does, it compounds over time. So as you being a young person, you putting that money in early versus starting at 40, you have a huge advantage. Doing it young. But you also don't have as much money when you're young. So that's the hard part. If you can find a way to save $100 a month even, and put that in, this is not financial advice at all. Just throwing that out there, that just look at index funds. All that is that you can invest in the entirety of the stock market. So if one company goes up, great. But if they fall, another company is going to go up. And it just keeps, it kind of regulates itself, right? So you can make probably around 7 to 10% as the average over like in the last 100 years of investing in an index fund. So yeah, looking at, instead of going and investing in stocks, individual stocks, or trying to go gamble it, or crypto. Crypto's a whole other thing. We can talk about that.
Maybe we'll have it back on again.
Yeah, there you go. But just sound investing is, for me, again, not investment advice, but index fund VT Sachs with Vanguard has some very low fees. And you can just literally put your money in that, or there's called a target date fund that you can literally pick the day that you're going to retire, and it adjusts for you as you go. It's like automatic.
That's crazy.
So target date fund is what it's called. But yeah, I would say it as much as you can, because your future self is going to thank you on that. It was compound interest, and there was something else I wanted to say, but I'm losing my train of thought on it. So, but yeah, and read and learn, be naturally curious.
Yeah,
that is where I have. That is what has gotten me to where I'm at. It was YouTube videos and pure grit and doing the steps.
Yeah.
So I learned web design from YouTube, how to run a business, how to do marketing agency. I started where I was hitting the coffee shop when it opened before my full-time job. So hitting the coffee shop about 5:30. I think it was 5:30. Hitting PJs, staying there till 7:30, going to my job, working on the weekends, till I had my side hustle to a point where I can leave my full time. So yeah, it's not easy. It never is. But you just have to kind of, the information's out there, especially with ChatGPT now. Like, there's no excuse. Like, you can make a business plan right now.
And that's kind of how, like, I got started with the podcast. Like, I didn't know, you see me now, I didn't really know much with the tech. I went and looked up so many YouTube videos. I didn't know what an interface was. So many YouTube videos, ChatGPT, speaking on the phone with like Best Buy and asking questions. Like, literally anyone who would be willing to help, I'd ask advice from.
And I'd be shocked if your setup still looked like this in a year or two. You're going to learn more and you're going to keep adding to it. And I'm telling you, like, that's just, I'd be almost upset if your setup still looked like this in 3 years, because if you're not growing and moving into the next stage, you'll notice. You'll notice. But yeah, learn, be curious as much as you can, and network. Network's another big thing that helped my business a ton. Just knowing the right people and opening doors for yourself, because nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to open those doors sometimes for you. You kind of have to do it yourself.
Yeah, so basically kind of kicking your way through.
There's a good book called The Third Door that I recommend to people that want to hear a crazy story. Go look it up. But yeah, it's a guy that talks about, there's door number one and two, but there's always a third door to get in wherever you want to go. So
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah, it's a good one. But yeah.
Okay, but my last question. All right, I gave you a heads up, so I know you got a good one for me.
Okay.
David, why do you enjoy life?
Man, I enjoy life because there's so much of the world to explore. There's so much to learn about people that it's endless. And I love doing that. I love having conversations like this, learning about you, even having conversations with people that you've known for a long time and asking different questions. I think that's, say, the meaning of life, but yeah, and it's the beauty of it. It's that's what makes me happy, is interacting and exploring the world. And just having a good time doing it too. Not taking things so seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what last week's guest said, like, I try not to take things too serious. And I think that's a good approach. Now, obviously, should you, care about things? Yes. But like I said, just because something bad or something might not go your way for a minute or 5 minutes, it can't ruin your day. You can't let it.
Yeah, there's the saying of, if this isn't going to matter in 5 years, then kind of don't worry about it. There's also, with decision making, if the decision is reversible, make it quickly. If it is not reversible, take your time. That's another good saying that I've learned. So yeah, just not taking things seriously. And life's too short.
Exactly.
It's flying by.
It feels like it's crazy to think that I'm at right. And
so get off the social media.
Today we were freaking eating at bars.
Yeah. So get off the social media and actually get out there and enjoy life. And you'll notice that life is way less drama filled when you're off of the social media and actually in the world.
Yeah.
So.
David, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the technical.
That's all good.
And I definitely want to come have you back on, because I feel like we've honestly just kind of touched the ground on what we could talk about.
I would say
a lot more.
In about a year or two, we could probably address AI again, because it's a totally another animal.
And hopefully the setup's different.
Yep.
Yeah, but thank you so much for coming by.
Man.
Everyone, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. We're out.